Have you ever thought about a place having a birth chart? I mean, not a person, but an actual location with its own destiny, its own karma, its own core identity. Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. We're taking one of the world's oldest analytical systems, Vedic astrology, and pointing it directly at one of the planet's most secretive places, Area 51. So, using this ancient framework, we're going to try to crack its cosmic code. Let's dive in. Yeah, we all know the stories, right? The aliens, the UFOs, the whole shebang. But this analysis, it asks a totally different question. It treats Area 51 like it's a living, breathing entity and tries to decode its energetic signature. So the goal here isn't to confirm or deny any myths, but to really understand the fundamental purpose that was encoded into this location from day one, at least from an astrological perspective. So what is that identity? Well, according to this Vedic reading, Area 51 isn't just a military base, not even close. It's an energetic portal, a nexus point of profound secrecy, incredibly high-stakes risk, and technology that absolutely pushes the boundaries of what we even consider conventional, or maybe even human. Okay, so to get how we arrive at that conclusion, you gotta understand the tool we're using. Vedic astrology, or Jyotisha, isn't about your daily horoscope in the newspaper. It's a really deep, complex system for analyzing karma and energy. And for a place, you don't have a birth moment, right? So the chart is built from its inception, that's its operational start back in 1955 with the U-2 spy plane project, plus its remote location, and all the key historical moments that have defined its character ever since. So let's start breaking down that character, peeling back the layers. We're about to look at the fundamental building blocks of Area 51's astrological DNA. These are the core energies that, according to the source, really define everything that goes on out there in the desert. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look how perfectly these three pieces fit together. First up, its core identity is defined by a Scorpio ascendant. That's the zodiac's ultimate sign of secrets, hidden operations, things buried deep underground. Then, its primary action is driven by a dominant Mars. That's the planet of military, conflict, speed, and taking huge risks. And then you've got the wild card, a really powerful Rahu. That's the celestial force that governs everything unconventional, everything outside the box, and what this analysis calls non-human tech. So when you smash those energies together, you create what the source calls a permanent eighth house. In astrology, that's the part of the chart that deals with all the secrets, the hidden power, the really transformative stuff. It's basically described as a Rahu-Mars portal, a place where that drive for radical, world-changing innovation, the absolute need for secrecy, and the willingness to take extreme risks all converge into one powerful, classified reality. But believe me, it gets even deeper. You think that's it? Oh no. Beyond the main planets, Vedic astrology uses these lunar mansions, called nakshatras, and a karmic axis defined by 2 points, Rahu and Ketu. Let's see how these deeper layers build a much more detailed picture of the site's real purpose. This part is just incredible. The analysis shows that 3 specific secret stars, or nakshatras, form this triangle of power over the location. First, you have Anuradha, which is all about organized secrecy and intelligence ops. Then there's Jesta, which deals with advanced tech and elite control over that information. And finally, you have Shatabisha, the star of futuristic technology and hidden experiments that must not be seen. Together they create the perfect energetic storm, secret power controlling future tech. And this brings us to the site's central karmic tug of war, the Rahu-Ketu axis. On one side, you've got Rahu, the north node, which represents the future, destiny. Here, it is relentlessly pushing towards developing non-conventional tech, experimental physics, prototypes that might even seem non-terrestrial. But its polar opposite, Ketu, the south node, represents the past. And its job here is to ensure total concealment. It's why information is so heavily compartmentalized, making sure that no single person ever has the full picture. The very karma of the place is to create the future while simultaneously wiping its own past clean. Now, I know this can all seem pretty abstract. Cosmic DNA, karmic axes, it's a lot. But here's where the source really grounds these ideas by mapping them directly onto Area 51's actual history and looking at where the planets were during its most important moments. Just look at the pattern this slide shows us. It's kind of amazing. When Project U-2, the spy plane, kicks off in 1955, the planet Rahu was in Gemini, the sign of spying and surveillance. Makes sense. Then, during the development of this super futuristic SR-71 Blackbird, Rahu was in Aquarius, the sign of future tech. And get this, when Bob Lazar came forward in '89 and basically lit the fuse on the modern UFO mythos, where was Rahu? In Pisces, the sign of myths, mysteries, and alternate realities. You just can't make this stuff up. So, okay, that's the past. But what does this astrological lens tell us about what's going on out there right now as we head into 2026? Well, the source suggests we are in a major phase of technological renewal happening under a very thick, very intentional blanket of narrative secrecy. Looking at the current planetary setup, the analysis points to a few key areas of focus. The biggest slice of the pie, 40%, is on new aerospace tech. We're talking hypersonic drones, new propulsion systems, that kind of thing. But look what's almost as important, at 35%, the intentional creation of narrative confusion. And finally, 25% is for straightforward military project expansion. So the big takeaway here is that while the tech is accelerating like crazy, so is the mission to keep all of us guessing about what's really going on. Okay, let's bring all these threads together now. We've looked at the site's core identity, its dominant energies, its secret stars, its karmic purpose. It's time to synthesize all these cosmic clues and deliver the final verdict. After all of this, the stars, the karma, the history, what conclusion does this really unconventional analysis actually reach? What is the ultimate identity, the ultimate purpose of Area 51? All right, here it is. It is a Rahu-Mars portal, specifically designed for creating advanced, unconventional technology. It's a center of karmic secrecy where information is deliberately fractured and compartmentalized. It's a laboratory for experimental physics, pushing far, far beyond standard engineering. It's an energetic field of secret, powerful, future tech. And maybe most importantly, it's a place where the truth isn't just denied, it's intentionally layered, hidden in plain sight behind veils and veils of secrecy and myth. And that leaves us with this one final, really powerful thought from the source. That Area 51 isn't just about military tech, and it's not just about UFOs. It's a place designed to operate in that gray area between what we know and what we can only imagine. A field of experimentation where the veil between technology and myth is kept intentionally, and perhaps necessarily thin.